Welcome back to Moonshadow Psychic Readings. This is another reading of what Spirit wants you to know right now. I'm going to pick 3 astrological signs. If you're drawn to this video and one of these signs is yours, or you have significant placements in one of these signs, or some of these, all of these, whatever, this will definitely be for you. There's one already, Virgo, August 23 to September 22, if that's your birthday anywhere in there. And next, 2 more please. What signs is this reading for? Capricorn, December 22 to January 19. And the last one is, what is the last sign that is drawn to this reading? This one. Pisces, February 19 to March 20. Okay, so if you're a Virgo, Capricorn, or Pisces, this reading will most likely be for you. Any significant placements there also may be relevant. Just note as well that sometimes if you're sort of born on the cusp of a sign, say between Virgo and Libra, so somewhere between the September 22nd or September 23rd, you're a Libra born on September 23rd, you might also get some resonance for this, especially with the outcomes for Virgo, so just be aware of the dates where these fall. And if you do tend to find, if you look up horoscopes and things, that you find your readings and things, like you pick up on things that are for that sign that you're on the cusp of, that may hold some relevance for you, that sort of come up in the previous reading. What else to tell you? I'm going to do a column here for connections, relationships, communications. Another one for career, wealth, finance, any projects or goals you are kind of working on. And then what I call your life path, just general messages from Spirit, which may reiterate what's going on here, typically does. But if there's a special message to come out for you guys, it'll be in here. Now, these signs come out together because you kind of got something in tune. But when it comes to your best course of action and outcomes, I will pick from a different deck and do individual ones for each of these signs, just so you're aware at the end. Okay, let's get into it. Thank you for anyone who's been watching as well. If you've been a long-time viewer, I really appreciate your follows, your likes. Any subscribers out there, thank you so much. I'd like to know from you guys as well, do you like this kind of reading that I'm doing now? Do you prefer individual readings for each astrological sign? Do you prefer maybe the, doing all the water elements together, all the fire elements together? So like water elements would be Scorpio, Pisces, and the other one, Cancer. So doing it in that sort of fashion. Or would you prefer me to do like a pick a card reading? I'm going to try one of those next. So once all the signs are out of the way, I've got one more set of readings to do with the last remaining signs there. And then I will do a pick a card reading. So let me know what you kind of like best, because ultimately I'm here to bring guidance for you guys. Okay, so you guiding me on how to guide you is a big help. Okay, so Virgo, Capricorn, and Pisces. The first card in your connections column is the High Priestess. Well, that's a nice card to have. It's like wisdom in your approach. Things kind of in balance. I guess a High Priestess is like a high position as well, so you've maybe you've had the power in your relationships, or I mean, this doesn't look like someone who's overbearing. It's someone who's open as well. So maybe you've been in your own personal power, and that's been a draw card in your relationships, but you have been open and giving as well. We'll see what else comes out. Ooh, little things want to come out. Yeah, here we go. The Empress. Wow, this is some strong, like, feminine energy. High Priestess and Empress. Look at that. It's almost like, you know, Mother Gaia. Spirit of nature, the spirit of life, birth, you know, of the mother. Kind of like an abundant energy. Everyone's kind of drawn to you, it feels like. Because of your stable presence and wise approach and your sort of giving energy, everyone is drawn to you because you are quite nurturing. Or maybe you're becoming quite nurturing. I mean, for some of you, maybe it could be a fact of, you know, a birth coming in. Are you starting a family or growing a family if you already have started a family? Actually, before I pull that last one, something about the canopy of the tree here. It's almost like something hidden here, like this birth is hidden. There's a secret child in the past. I don't know, but it's kind of very protected. Maybe you're in a good space because you don't let others see your home life, your family life. You keep things separate, and that way you keep people safe. Maybe you are quite a nurturer and protector in some way. 2, 3. I wonder if this is a 4. Oh, the Sun. Okay, so overall, in your connections, your relationships, everything looks really positive. I think you've just got this natural kind of power and warm energy. I mean, the Sun's pretty warm, right? Everything is looking really positive in that aspect. I don't know if you're growing, if this is how it already is. Take it as it resonates for you. Each of you have your own personal story and how things match up. Just going to move this across a bit. It's a collective reading, so I can't tell you one for one what each of you are experiencing. That's your business. That's your story to tell. But all I can tell you is that things look really warm and nurturing in this area. Okay, let's get into your career, wealth, finance, any projects and goals you might be working on. Ooh, the Knight of Coins. Okay, that's very strong, very considered. You know when to take action, but you don't rush in. Strong, slow energy. You're like definitely in power. You've mastered something in the background here. Maybe you've mastered your craft if you have a specialization in something. A laborer, a doctor, a financier of some kind, an artist, whatever it is, you've really worked on that, and it's strong. You've got a lot coming in. Maybe a lot has already come in for you. You've got a good grounding because you're wise and don't act rashly. Then it looks like an opportunity is coming up for you. The 2 of Wands. Maybe you're looking for something new as well. Again, take it as it resonates for you. Either an opportunity has come up or will come up, or maybe you're looking for something new. You've got that firm background, but now it's like, okay, I've done this. I need to expand more. What do I do next? But there is definitely something opening up in the future, I feel like. Ooh, the Seven of Wands. Defending your position, eh? You've won the high ground. Yeah, see, the Wands is your passion energy, your fire. So maybe this is the thing, you've had a very structured past and you've got a firm foundation because of that. But now you want some passion. Maybe you have a passion project, a business or something you'd like to create. An opportunity could be opening up there. And this means there's a bit more fighting involved to get it going. It's not just straightforward as, you know, the everyday 9 to 5 you've probably done before, sort of rigid and established, but now you're putting your passion in to create something new and go higher, much higher. But see the clouds, it's all a bit unclear because it's not established. It's not that regular 9 to 5 thing, and here are the rules, and here's what it's been for 50 years, so that's what it is. No, you're going out on a limb to do something greater, and it's worth fighting for. So you're really, I feel like with everything you know and the experience you have, you're going to get that upper ground. You just have to be willing to put all your passion into it to make it happen. I feel like that's come up for other signs in the previous couple of readings. Following your passions, it's actually come up in personal readings I've done for people too. Interesting. It's like 2 options want to come out here. So, but I'm going to take this one. You may have a situation, so this is going to be your life path. General messages from Spirit. It may reiterate something here, probably in this column. But as I was pulling the cards out, it's like one wanted to come out, but then this came over the top. So there may be something of a false start in something. Here something comes along and then something else comes along. It's like, oh, wait, no, that one. That first thing seems like the logical progression, but then this other option is like, oh, wait a minute. Let me check this out before I commit to that other thing. Okay. Yeah, I feel like this is, you've got that firm foundation. You've done the hard yards, you've built your fortune, you've saved a pretty penny. What are you going to do with it? It's time to really think about, you know, what is it worth? Everything you've saved up from working and earning, everything you've put into your relationships, you know, I've established this. I've put a lot of heart and emotion into this. So now let me have a look at it. Is it still true to what I value? Is it giving back to me as much as I give to it? You know, that sort of thing. How can I take it to the next level now? And for some, that could be expanding the family. Maybe even adopting. I don't know why that just came in. You see, they're all different animals of different kinds. So there could be a sense of, how can I grow further and give back more? Well, maybe there are some who don't have it easy. Could I take them under my wing and look after them? So adoption could be a thing, and hence this warm, successful, happy, positive energy of the sun. It's like the sun radiates, it burns hot and it shines. Its light keeps going. So how do I share my light? Because it wants to just keep going. And then in relation to this column, you know, okay, I've worked hard, I've saved up a lot, but now it's time to kind of feed my soul and passion in relation to what it is I do every day. So yes, I've worked hard and there is a sense of fulfillment, but ultimately I don't feel my soul sing when I turn up to the 9 to 5. What can I invest myself into that really ignites my passions and is something I really care about and value in the world, in life, in whatever. And maybe, okay, what I've saved up, I'm going to invest in this business idea or something. So that's just a couple of ways to interpret it. Again, you each know your story, so try and see how that fits for you. Of course, take what fits, leave what doesn't. Again, we have 3 different signs here, but you guys must have something relatively in sync to come out together like this. So, your second card for your life path is the World. Yep, bringing things together. Could be bringing people together. Like I was saying there. Different backgrounds, different powers, different energies. The courage and strength of the lion. The foresight and skill of and the ability to kind of reinvent and regenerate yourself like a Scorpio. The tenacity and, you know, almost stubborn-mindedness of a Taurus. You got this kind of angel energy here as well. What does that represent? Temperance, maybe? But this is like the Temperance card in this deck, how it's bringing 2 cups of elements together to create something new. It's like you're creating your new world. I really do feel like this is showing an opportunity and probably encouraging you to bring together those elements that are important to you. Maybe there are certain different things in different areas of life that you're passionate about, and it's like, how can I bring all this together and turn this into something that could be just great for the world? All right, the last card in your general messages from Spirit, life path, guidance. Yep, this one. It's a little slow coming out. Yeah. Freeing from the bonds. There won't be any worries about restrictions and what's appropriate, what's not appropriate. I feel like, yeah, you have this well-established energy in the sort of opening or the past space here. It's like, okay, this is from being in a very rigid 9 to 5 world, established society, rules, blah, 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 blah. This is what's done. This is what everyone is just expected to conform to. But is that what's actually best for me or best for everyone? Probably not. Let's be honest. So maybe to get myself free, I'm going to start thinking outside the box. I'm like, okay, I'm going to turn my back to what I was doing and allow my hands to be untied so I can maybe work together with these other people coming in or these other elements and create something new. Again, creating something new could be like expanding a family, whatever it is. Attach it to the area of your life that you are seeking guidance on. Of course, if anything is unclear here, put it in the comments below. I can draw another card for you. I'm more than happy to do that. Alright, so let's go to each sign's best course of action. So let's start with Virgo. What is Virgo's best course of action in regards to this reading? And there it is, the Temperance. I was just mentioning the Temperance card there. You see how this angel character is mixing things together? Yeah. There's something you need to bring together to create what it is you are seeking as an outcome here. Maybe there's someone else you want to work with. I mean, for example, if we go back here to the, could it be starting a family? Well, it kind of helps to have two people to make that happen. You kind of need something from a man, something from a woman to give birth. That doesn't necessarily mean you have to be in the standard heterosexual relationship, but there are certain ways that, birthing happens. So you have to bring something together. Or, like I said, adoption. But usually adoption happens for couples. So, you might need to be with someone in a firm foundation, a good, warm, loving household that you want to create so that you can bring another party into it. If it's business, you're going on this new venture, maybe there's someone you need to work with, and maybe you need to get some extra information, details from somewhere. Maybe you need to get some funding, get capital from investors, that sort of thing. Bring things together, but do it in a pure way. See this kind of angelic energy. Be focused and pure of focus, pure of heart in what you do. And the outcome, should you follow this guidance, the Six of Cups, which is kind of like the gift, something unseen. I think there will be an unexpected gift, something that's an emotional highlight. In fact, you may find you've already got something in your life that you don't even realize is there, and it's of great value to you. It's only when you reflect on something can you see. If we go to this starting a family idea, only when you reflect on your upbringing do you kind of understand, wait, I know what to take away from what my parents taught me growing up, what they showed me, what they gave me, or what they didn't show me as well. There are some areas where I think, actually, they could have done that with a bit more understanding. I will learn from that, but I will also bring all that other good foundational stuff that they taught me. So take it as it resonates. As I said, apply it to your specific story. For Capricorn, what is Capricorn's best course of action in this reading? Ooh, the Star. You need to balance something out. It could be, as much as you receive, give back. As much as you're giving to others, make sure you receive. I did say that earlier, didn't I? To make sure there is equality in what you're giving and receiving. Just because typically, this character in the Star takes from the river to pour onto the land, to feed the grass and the trees, but also uses the second cup to pour back into the river so that the river can continue to feed the land for the future and to feed others, to pay it forward and keep itself going. It's very important to have balance in things, and you may need to get yourself balanced before you can move forward in any kind of project, whether it's starting a family, starting a business, going into a new job, whatever your kind of deal is at the moment. And then the outcome, should you keep this balance. See, there's a few little things that will come out of it, but let's go with this. The Eight of Wands. Things will happen fast. Once you commit to doing things in balance, where you bring things together. I always say with this version of the Two of Wands card, green represents heart chakra, the purple represents the third eye chakra, so it's like heart and mind in balance. Once the heart and mind are in unison on something, then it will manifest really quickly, and that's kind of like what this is saying. once you get in balance. Get your heart and mind focused on something, keeping the aspects of your life in balance. Whatever things you have to do to get it sorted, make sure, if it's a partnership, like a business you're starting with someone, don't carry all the load yourself. Make sure things are distributed equally. You're both putting in as much as you're taking out. It has to be equal and balanced. Otherwise, it can't work. But the Eight of Wands says that higher point of view will be like, yeah, it's going to come in fast. It'll get you to that higher point. It's funny. This is the most static Eight of Wands card I've seen, but it usually is something coming in fast, and it is your passion. But I kind of like that you're looking up to it. It's got this higher perspective and point of view to it. So I'm covering it up, aren't I? So it's like you reach a higher level to get a new perspective, and it will happen quickly. All right, Pisces, lucky last in here. What is Pisces' best course of action in relation to this reading? King of Swords. Okay. Look at your experience. Utilize it as a guide, but be even-mannered, get back to this balance. Be even-mannered in your approach to things. Don't react too swiftly. You see, he's got the sword down. He waits and listens. He knows from the past that if he acts too rashly and just gets offended by some small thing, he's liable to start a war, and all the endless kind of fighting and bloodshed won't necessarily be good for his kingdom and his subjects, just because his pride was wounded slightly, and it was probably only wounded out of a misunderstanding, a misinterpretation of words and intention. He's learned to take certain advice from others here. You see this crow? There's that higher kind of perspective again. This could represent your intuition. Trust your intuition and instincts in a situation. But if you have good, wise, clever, balanced kind of people or whatever around you to bring you news and information, take that on board. But also, if you do listen to anyone bringing you information, make sure they're a good source. And regardless of whether or not you think they're a good source, look it up. Do your own research on it. Do your due diligence, because if you just take it at face value, you could kind of ruin things for yourself. Okay? So be balanced, do your due diligence, and take guidance as it comes, whether it's from good sources around you or your own higher intellect, your higher self, your intuition and instincts. Ooh, and your outcome wants to come out right away. The Page of Cups. Yeah, it seems like you'll be learning to get your emotions more balanced, and you are a water sign, Pisces, so maybe there's something that's been kind of off kilter in your emotions. So maybe not jumping to conclusions about things just because words can be interpreted in two different ways, Make sure you consider before you act. That's what this is about. once you learn to kind of stop, consider, do some double checking, then you will know how to appropriately act. And this is showing that you're learning from this. You're going to be even higher in your emotional dealings, because you will be much more thoughtful, less reactive. So I feel like that's especially for Pisces. The rest of the reading didn't really feel like that kind of rash, but there was a point, a couple of things in there were like warnings of, even this one is like, okay, I don't have to stick to those rigid old ideas. The swords might be kind of old fears, old ideas you're holding on to, and now you're finally seeing you can do away with that old paradigm, because you're learning to kind of temper them, do a bit of fact checking, and be like, okay, those voices in my head were saying this, but actually if I think back, little to none of that was actually true. So now I can go forward with a bit more understanding and be a bit more open and learn to utilize my emotions in a strong and valuable way. And that will just really make you like that king. But that is the end of the reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Virgo. Thank you, Capricorn. Thank you, Pisces. I hope you'll join me in the next readings. And do let me know if you need any other clarification. There are private readings and such available. Just look in the description or in my bio. And yeah, I hope you join me next time. And do let me know what kind of readings you like. I'll try and put together a poll or something. But yeah, if you leave it in the comments, I will pay good attention to that. Thank you so much. Take care.